Hi everyone, this is Suzanne with Life Evolution. This is my very first Facebook Live video and wow, I'm really excited and so thrilled that you're watching. So thank you. And the idea of today was for me to really show you how you can find and keep your personal power and how strong that is. And I'm going to do that through telling you my story. So I watched a Brene Brown Facebook Live yesterday, and it was about what happened in Charlottesville. But one of the things that really stuck with me was she talked about owning our story. And I thought, wow, that to me was really powerful. I need to own my story. And owning our story gives us the right to write the ending. And that's what personal power is. So I have a 4-year-old story, I guess, 4.5. Now it's about 4 years old. And so 4 years ago, I'm going to start at the beginning. 4 years ago, I was in sales. I'd worked at a job for 14 years, and I loved that job, that company. And I was overweight and sluggish. And the last few years in that job, I didn't really feel I had my own voice or I could use my voice, so I shoved it down with more food and gained more weight. I would do the same thing every day. I'd get up, I'd eat breakfast, I'd go to work, I'd do my work, and I worked really hard. I'd eat a good lunch. I'd come home, I'd eat in front of the TV. And then maybe I'd eat again. And maybe I'd have another snack. Then I might fall asleep on the couch. I'd wake up at 2, 3 in the morning because I was already in my pajamas. And I would go to bed. I'd wake up in the morning feeling exhausted. Not looking great. I didn't realize it. And I'd start the whole thing all over again. And when Friday nights hit, I didn't go out. I was too freaking tired. I was exhausted. All I wanted to do was sit on the couch. And sure, I hung out with my friends on the weekend. I did things, but I wasn't happy and I wasn't energetic. But I thought that was the way you were supposed to feel. I didn't think anything different. And then 4 years ago in September, actually it'd be 5 years in September, I decided that I was going to leave that job. And I decided overnight, one day to the next. There one day, and then I handed in my resignation. And I didn't know what I was going to do, but I wasn't worried about it. I just knew I needed a change. That was kind of the start of my transformation, the start of me taking back my life, even though I didn't realize it at the time. And it took me 7 weeks to find another job, and that was because of a friend, and I'll be forever thankful for that. I ended up working at a small boutique company, and I really liked it. And I loved the people, and I loved the atmosphere. And I hadn't started losing weight. I hadn't really even thought about it. And then I started thinking about it. Well, I guess I should lose some weight because I'm overweight and I'm still not feeling great, not energetic, etc. So I I was recommended to a holistic trainer, and that was the start of my weight loss journey, what I thought was the weight loss journey. And I worked really hard. I exercised, exercised diligently. I don't know how hard I was exercising at the start because I was 245 plus pounds. But we had a lot of conversation, and the conversation wasn't always about exercising. It wasn't always about food. The conversation was about what was going on up here and in here, in the heart. And it was kind of foreign to me. I thought, well, I just want to lose some weight. And what I learned over the months of working with this trainer was that it was really all up here and it was here. We've all heard about the brain-gut connection. So what I believe is that there's actually a mind-heart-gut connection. And that's the trick, if you want to call it a trick. It's not really a trick. However, so I worked really hard. I lost 70 pounds in 10 months. I had a different relationship with food. I really loved the food that I was eating. And I thought, wow, I don't feel tired in the morning anymore. I have more energy. I really like what I'm doing in my life. I was looking forward to things. I was looking forward to working out. I know I've become an exercise junkie. But I loved food and I loved nutrition. I loved how it made me feel in my own body. And it wasn't about the weight loss necessarily, although I did lose the weight. It was about this transformation that happened. I don't want to say a different person, but I became a different version of me. I understood what it meant to love myself unconditionally, and everything was flowing. Everything was flowing. I was in clothes that I loved. I had friends that I was hanging out with. I was gaining some new friends because I was, I decided at that point that I was going to go into nutrition and health coaching, and that's a whole new world for me. Really exciting world. So life was really good. It was flowing. And I have to tell you, that's been, three and a half years. And then about 6 months ago, I hit a bit of a roadblock. And this is, for me, where it kind of gets hard. I was struggling, and I thought, what is going on? I gained a little bit of weight. I couldn't seem to be consistent with my food, even with my thoughts. I didn't really understand what had shifted. And I just kept trying, and I kept trying, and I kept trying. And I think many of us have done that, right? You lose a bit of weight, you start feeling better, and then, and I didn't go back to eating all the chocolates and cookies and candies that I had been before, but they definitely came back into my diet. And they affected how I felt and how I thought. And I wasn't eating with purpose. I wasn't eating mindfully. I would eat mindfully for a week, and then I'd, as we say, fall off the wagon. And I have a thing. We're only one meal away from feeling better, from being healthier. One meal, that's all it takes. But I struggled with that. So the other thing, what I realized was that this struggle that I've been going through is a huge, gigantic gift. It's a lesson. It's a lesson for me that I can share with everybody else. It's a lesson that out of every negative, there's absolutely a positive. And I've never believed that more than I do now. I have to tell you that last week so I'm going to go back a month actually first. So a month ago, my body started telling me, stop. I got an inner ear disorder that kind of threw me off. Balance is everything, and it threw me off. So it was my body telling me to stop. I've been working really hard. I've been trying to, get my health coaching business underway, and also help promote the Neolife products, the supplements that have made an amazing change in my life. I was always trying to do more and more and more, and nothing was ever good enough. And what happened? I went back to my busy life, right? Back to my busy life of doing and doing and doing and doing and doing and doing. The self-love, the self-care, the being aware, the mind, heart, gut connection disappeared. It would come back momentarily, and then it would disappear again because I'd get busy. So last month, my body told me, you have to stop. And I was told I couldn't exercise. And for me, that was crucial because I love my exercising. I was told to take a rest. I was told not to work. And I thought, my gosh, I don't do enough as it is. I need to work more. Nope, my body was saying stop. So for the first time, I read, I guess you'd call it a bit of a trashy novel, 400-page novel, and I read it in like 3 days, and I loved it. And I realized, wow, that was kind of nice. Nothing fell apart, nothing broke, nothing catastrophic happened. So I've done a few things like that over the last month. And what happened was I became more curious that I would do these wonderful things for myself, and then I would look at how I felt. And then I would look at what I was eating and why I was eating, whether it be a chocolate bar or a cupcake or an apple. But why was I eating? And then I got curious, and curiosity, something that I got into probably 6 or 8 months ago. One of my coaches has always asked me, so I'm curious about that. And I thought, wow, I love that. We all know that we don't want to be judgmental. We don't want to be judged by others. Nobody wants to be judged. But being curious is just wondering, just curious. There's nothing behind it. So why was I eating? Why wasn't I exercising? Why was I skipping the odd class or not working as hard as maybe I could have? And then I figured out curiosity is also personal power. It's amazing. if you get curious about things, you become more aware. Awareness is personal power. And then things can shift. So now I'm back to looking at self-love. And I have to tell you, last Friday I realized that there's another person standing over here. And that person is my old self at 245 pounds. And I talk about her as if she's separate, and she's not. She's me, but she's a different version of me. So what I realized, I need to bring the two together. I need to send love to that old Suzanne and bring her over here so that together we can create what I want to create. And my purpose in life is now so clear that I'm here to help whoever wants to be helped. Transform their lives, transform the way they think, lose some weight, but really self-love, the connection between the mind, the brain, and the gut. So that's kind of what I'm about now. And my whole life has kind of shifted again in a fabulous way. And I wanted to share that with all of you. I did share a post this morning, which I really love. Somebody shared it with me and I shared it out. But one of the lines in the post really struck me. And the line was, swing the pendulum in the direction of love. And that to me said it all. We have to love ourselves. There's no option. There's no option. And we can feel amazing and happy and energetic and excited and curious about everything in life if we just swing the pendulum in the direction of love. Anyways, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. So thank you so much, everybody. I would love to hear from you and tell me where you are in your journey. What journey you're already on, or what journey you want to go on. Share your story with us. I think I have to tell you, sharing everything with you today has been amazing for me. And it's been very humbling and a little nerve-wracking. And I'm still really excited and happy that I did it. And I really hope that you'll share back. Because I think together, wow, our personal power is unlimited when we're all together. So anyways, have a great afternoon, everybody. And I am going to be back again next Wednesday. I've promised myself that I'm going to do a Facebook Live every Wednesday. And if you have some ideas of what you want to hear about, again, throw them in the comments and I'll just go from that. I'm happy to do that. Thanks, everybody. Love to you all.